Hello. So we've already looked at our words to know for issue 1, teen sleep, adolescent, stage, sleep deprived, puberty, deficit, hormone, metabolism, and symptom. Today the lesson is going to be your words to go. Words that will frequently appear in different types of books and different types of settings. You could see it in history, in biology, different places. Okay? So here's our list of words. Please follow along and take notes in your portfolio. Be aware that you're going to be flipping through several pages sometimes to find the next list. Tend to. Say with me. Tend to is a verb. Tend to. To be likely to act or think a certain way. Tend to. To be likely to act or think a certain way. If I am nervous about making a presentation in class, I tend to speak too quickly, or I tend to. Think about if you're nervous, what do you tend to do? How are you likely to act? Okay? Tend to, or tend to avoid eye contact. Maybe look down, look up in the corner. Everyone say tend to. Tend to. The next word is related. Tendency. Now, tendency is a noun. Tendency. What is your tendency? What is the part of your character that makes you likely to act or think a certain way? A tendency. Students have a tendency to fool around when there's a substitute teacher. Students have a tendency to do work for other classes when there is a substitute teacher. Tendency. And the next word, consequence. 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 Consequence is a noun. Consequence is something that happens because of an action. Consequence is something that happens because of an action. The consequence of not doing my homework, was a lower grade. The consequence of not doing my homework was detention at lunch. Okay, second example. He stayed out past curfew, so now he must face the consequences. And curfew is the time when your parents say you have to be home. If they tell you, okay, Saturday night you have to be home at 10:30. That's your curfew. He stayed out past curfew, so now he must face the consequences. Or he got caught cheating on a test, so now he must face the consequences. Consequence. Okay, the next word is affect. Affect. Affect is a verb. Affect. Affect is a verb. Affect means to change someone or something. Affect means to change someone or something. Affect means to change someone or something. What would positively affect my grades? Attending class regularly would positively affect my grades. Studying more frequently would positively affect my grades. And another example. What affects what you decide to wear in the morning? Well, the weather affects what you decide to wear in the morning. What I'm doing after school affects what I decide to wear in the morning. If you're going to soccer practice, right, that's going to affect the shoes that you wear, the clothes you wear. Affect. And the next word, so far we've had tend to, tendency, consequence, effect. Factor. Factor. Factor is one of the things that causes a result. Factor. One of the things that causes a result. One factor in the family's decision to move was being closer to relatives. One factor in the family's decision to move was a new job opportunity. Factor. Eating a healthy breakfast is a factor in doing well on tests. It's hard to concentrate when you're hungry. Eating a healthy breakfast is a factor in doing well on tests. It's also a factor in winning games. If you have athletic competition, you need to have some fuel in your body. Factor. Okay. Respond. Everyone say respond. Respond. To react to something that has been said or done is to respond to it. Respond. After seeing destruction caused by the hurricane, people responded by donating money. After seeing destruction caused by the hurricane, people responded by volunteering. Response is the next word. Respond is a verb, an action. Response is a noun. It's a thing you do, but it's a thing. So the reaction to something that's been said or done is the response. The reaction to something that's been said or done is the response. Example 1. The principal's decision to allow cell phones elicited an enthusiastic student response. Read that sentence with me. The principal's decision to allow cell phones elicited an enthusiastic student response. The principal's decision to allow off-campus lunch elicited an enthusiastic student response. And the next word, survey. Survey is a verb. Survey is a verb. To ask many people the same questions to find out their opinions. I would enjoy surveying my classmates about music. So saying to each person, what music do you like? What music do you like? What music do you like? Surveying. I would enjoy surveying my classmates about their eating habits. And there's another example here. A new business might want to survey people who live nearby. A new business might want to survey people who live nearby. A new business might want to survey people who have visited the business. Okay, survey. And our next word is approach. Approach. And our next word is approach. There we go. Approach. Tend to, tendency, consequence, effect, factor. Okay, approach. Approach. Approach is a noun. Approach. Approach is a way of doing something. Approach. My approach to preparing for a test is to begin studying a week before it. My approach to preparing for a test is to make flashcards. Approach. During a job interview, using slang is definitely the wrong approach. during a job interview, wearing a t-shirt instead of dressing formally is definitely the wrong approach. Data. You also hear it said data. Data. Data is a noun. Information or facts is what data is. A research paper about teen driving habits might include data about texting while driving or drinking-related accidents. Read it with me. A research paper about teen driving habits might include data about drinking-related accidents, drinking alcohol. Another example, before purchasing a car for an adolescent driver, a parent should gather data on safety, maintenance cost, how much will that car cost to keep running well. Okay, and let's look at trend. Trend is a noun. Trend, a general direction in which things are changing, is a trend. A growing workplace trend is to, instead of making phone calls, is to text instead of making phone calls, is to send email instead of making phone calls. A popular trend in 21st century learning is offering online courses. A popular trend in 21st century learning is offering credit. Okay. And our last word, regulate. 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 Regulate means to manage or control, especially by rules. To manage or control, especially by rules. Teens with demanding schedules need to regulate the amount of time spent. Need to regulate the amount of time spent on homework to get it done quickly, or texting, or on the computer, or playing video games. The government regulates the speed limits near schools to protect students and to prevent injuries. Okay, so after you're done with this video, please go to that was an airplane. Sorry about that. Please go to Quizlet and practice the words there. When you are done, you may go back to the sentence frames on each page and work on them with a partner. Thank you.